Hey, everybody, I'm Scott Wikle. You're listening to My Kind of Country. Thanks so much for joining us on a Monday night. My special guest tonight is a fantastic lady, and she's a big supporter of our show, and she is always on our Facebook chat, and she's an avid listener. And not only that, we play her music a whole lot because she's fantastic. She has got a brand new album out, and we're going to play a whole bunch of the songs from the album for you tonight, and it's an honor to have her on the show. And her album is called Because I'm Country, and it says it all right there. It's a pleasure to welcome Peggie Nora to My Kind of Country. Peggie, how are you tonight?
I'm good, Scott. Thank you for having me on your wonderful show.
Well, I can't thank you enough for all of your support and your kind words, and you're always right there listening and participating in our chat, and it means the world to me.
Thank you.
Well, you have a beautiful, we talked about this before, you've got a beautiful duet with Dennis Ledbetter that we've played so many times, and you guys just won an award from the ISSA for this song, and I believe that the story of you guys doing a duet kind of came from our radio show, right?
This is where the duet was born. Dennis heard you play another duet of mine, and then a solo, then all of a sudden this little note said, "Would you like to do a duet with me?" And I went, "Who is this?" So I said to my husband, "That's Dennis Ledbetter. He wants to do a duet with me." So the long and short of it is, I got his phone number, talked to him the next day, and we did this wonderful song that he wrote, which I absolutely love. It did really well on the charts. It's still being played everywhere, and we very fortunately won for Duo of the Year with this song at the ISSA this year. So that was a real gift for both of us.
It's a well-deserved award, and we play that song a lot. It's honestly one of my very favorite songs. I find myself going around the house singing it, and it's just a great song. I love it so much.
Well, it's one of my favorites, too.
The day that we got married, I thought you'd settle down. You love your wife and raise a family and stop your running round. I knew the honeymoon was over when you stayed more gone than home. And lately I'm not listening, I'm just hanging up the phone.
She said,
lately I love you more when you're not at home. Why don't you go back where you came from and leave me and the kids alone?
quit your hanging around, why don't you head out of town? Just remember, when you're gone,
lately I love you more when you're not at home.
she said, I wish you'd quit your drinking and stop your getting stoned. The kids need a mama and daddy, and I need love at home. When you make up your mind and realize where you've always belonged, you can come back to your family. You've got so much love at home. She said,
Lately I love you more when you're not at home. Why don't
Well, Peggy, before we talk about the rest of these great new songs, give me a little bit of your background. You're from Canada, and tell me a little bit about your history and your background for our listeners tonight.
Okay, I'll give a little bit. I've been in the music business, I guess, since I was 4 years old on CBC Radio in Nova Scotia. And then I went on to CBC and different television shows back in Nova Scotia as well, in Halifax, Nova Scotia, the Don Messer Show, Sing Along Jubilee. For those that are Canadian, they would know these shows, Tommy Hunter Show. Yeah, that's where I started. And then my sister and I, our mother taught us how to tap dance, so we would go around to all these homes and sing and tap dance and do shows just to make people smile. And that's where it started. And then time goes by, you get married, you have children, and you put that all behind you, even though it's still there, but it's on a shelf. And then I went through another section of my life where I ended up adopting a child after my children were basically grown up. My husband, Paul, and I, we adopted a child, and she's grown up basically now. So it was like, okay, I still have this real need to sing, and I had all these words that were inside my head. So I did an album, and then I was nervous to put it out because I thought, I missed it. I'm too old now. The country I'm hearing is all, young people, and it's not. And so I sent it to Scotland, to somebody I didn't know, and Mary Kathleen Burke in Scotland. And she phoned me back, and she said, I'm gobsmacked, to send me the rest. So the bottom line is she encouraged me a lot. And 3 days later, she debuted my album on her radio show. She was syndicated in 2 other places. And that's where it started. She gave me advice on how I could do marketing. I knew nothing about marketing. I do all my own marketing. And she gave me a lot of good advice. So Mary Kathleen is my heart always, because she gave me the courage when I thought that it wasn't good enough and that I wasn't good enough or even young enough. There's no such thing when it comes to a good song. If the people love it, they'll listen. And so she gave that back to me. Over the years, I had lost that confidence. And because of Mary Kathleen, you and I are talking today. So it's a blessing.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, you've got some great other music out. Of course, we've played on our show. Your previous album, I'll Sing My Song. And, of course, your Christmas album. We always include some of those in our Christmas show when that comes around. Swinging in the Snow. I love that.
It was so much fun. That was so much fun. I'm just enjoying the Texas swing. I'm getting into that the last year and a half, I guess, and that's going to be some of that on my next album, as a matter of fact. So really enjoying that as well. It was nice to be able to do a different genre instead of just a regular country album, to make it really up-tempo and just put stomping all the way. Loved it. It's so much fun.
It's a blast, that's for sure. Folks, you can go to PeggieNora.net. That is Peggie's website. We'll put that information on our Facebook page for My Kind of Country as well. You can pick up all of her music. And the new album is called Because I'm Country. And the title song, we have played a bunch on our show already. I know it's already on the independent charts. Tell me a little bit about that one, Peggie.
Well, again, this song reflects back to my very dear friend, Dennis Ledbetter. We were chit-chatting, and he had this T-shirt on that said, Unapologetically Country. So I looked at it, and I said, boy, that would be a tough song to sing. He says, I got a song called that. And I went, what? He said, yes, I have a song called that. So I hung up the phone. I thought, how in the heck can he do a song saying Unapologetically Country? It was just too phonetically tap dancing for me. So I thought, okay, what would I do? And then I thought, people have said to me in the past, what, your country? And so that's where the word came from. And it's like, I'm not going to apologize because I'm country. Dennis was the one that inspired me by wearing that T-shirt to write that song.
That's great. I love it.
Yes, it is. It's just very to the point. It's history. You go to smoky bars and you better have worn out blue jeans and check my boots because they're dirty because I'm country. If they're clean, I'm a poser. So, check people's boots. If they say they're country, I don't know. So it was kind of fun doing that. But Dennis was my absolute inspiration with his Unapologetically Country. I just couldn't get my head around that in a song. So I thought, I'm just going to do it my way. And I did. So thank you, Dennis.
I love it. My daughter and I both have T-shirts that Dennis sent us with Unapologetically Country.
I think after this, you better send me one, Scott, don't you?
I think so, too. Yep, I think so, too. You'll have to get some made that said Because I'm Country and send to him, see?
I will do that. Okay, that's a fair deal, and I'll send you and Merritt one too.
All right. That's great. Oh, that's great.
You can always tell the city folk because the cowboy boots are clean. Mine could tell some stories of all the things I've seen, from rodeos to smoky bars and my worn-out blue jeans, and good old country music. I'm chasing down my dreams. You can see it in my eyes, it should come as no surprise. I won't apologize because I'm country. Well, you know there ain't no doubt, 'cause you know what I'm talking about. And I won't apologize because I'm country. Here's a lesson for your friend when you hear a country song. We sing about the ones we love, how they make us strong. There's more to country music than someone done me wrong. It's all about the story, try to sing along. You can see it in my eyes, it should come as no surprise. You know I won't apologize because I'm country. Well, you know there ain't no doubt, 'cause you know what I'm talking about. And I won't apologize because I'm country. See it in my eyes, it should come as no surprise. You know I won't apologize because I'm country. Well, you know there ain't no doubt, 'cause you know what I'm talking about. And I won't apologize because I'm country. And I won't apologize because I'm country.
Well, we've played Tell Me You Love Me and I've Had Enough on our show, and you've included those on this project as well.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. There's another one on that you haven't played yet. It's called Youre Gone. That song is very, very heartfelt. It's about suicide, actually. And there was a friend of mine whom I've never met, and her husband committed suicide. And I was going to put under it, Youre Gone, Charlie's song is what I was going to subtitle it. But I've known her for quite a few years, and the relationship, and anyway. So bottom line, he committed suicide, but her pain was so real to me. It got inside my heart, and I'm driving back and forth to visit family. It's a 4-hour drive when I go down quite a bit, and I'm saying this in my head about Youre Gone and how can I carry on, and all her pain that she was writing long, we're talking hundreds of words she would write just to vent on Facebook to her friends. And so back and forth, and this song started coming together, and I just about had it done, and then God bless my brother, but he committed suicide. And so I thought, okay, I need to finish the song because we talk about not enough, but we talk about things like this that happen in life, and we talk about, I wish I would have known, but we don't share our pain. And this is a very vulnerable song. I'm getting weepy-eyed speaking to you. People should show their vulnerability more than just on a love song about what's happening now and how great this relationship is, because when somebody goes like that, it's so unbelievable. There's no rhyme, there's no reason, there's no logic. There's just a whole lot of pain. So I went and restructured the whole song, and I just kind of finished it pretty quick after my brother Dana died. And I sent it down to Nashville, and I said, could we throw another song? And I wasn't going to do it because it was so personal. It was so much pain. And Tom said, send it down. If we got time, the guys are here, we'll do it. So I sent down my words because I don't write music. The music comes in my head with the words. So I sang it. I went to the studio with a metronome in the background, sent it to Nashville. T.W. Hale, he went and did all the all the guitar chords for me, sent it back to music, and I said that I wanted it very ethereal, like I want the violin to be pain, to show my pain. I want the steel to cry. I mean, I was very, I knew exactly the direction I wanted on this song. This is probably my most important song, my album actually. And so they did it. When you hear it, because I know you haven't heard it, you'll feel it. So that is the biggest song that I've done on, because it's me, it's total vulnerability, and it's total sad love. And it's called Youre Gone.
Well, that's really what music is about. It's those life experiences,
no kidding.
and and that song will mean different things to different people, and that's one of the things I love about music is we all can get different interpretations and relate to these songs, sometimes in the same way or sometimes in different ways, and I think this is a song that will happen a lot with.
I think so too, because I've already had a little bit of feedback from different people, and they all interpret it. They don't really get that it's about a suicide because some people don't listen closely, but they listen close enough to hear how can I carry on, and they think, gosh, that's how I felt when we broke up, or that's how I felt, like when my parent died. And so yes, you're absolutely right. There's different interpretations.
My heart is broken, no words have been spoken since you went away on that day. My eyes are crying, and there's no denying, it's so hard to believe you had to leave. You're gone, how do I carry on? I don't know what to do, living life without you. You're gone, so I'll sing you this song. Now I know it's true, and I'm lost without you. I wish you had told me that life was so scary that you couldn't cope, had lost all hope. The choices that you had were making me so sad, 'cause you had to go, and I miss you so. You're gone, how do I carry on? I don't know what to do, living life without you. And you're gone, so I'll sing you this song. I know it's true, I'm lost without you. 'Cause you're gone, how do I carry on? I don't know what to do, living life without you. You're gone, so I'll sing you the song. I know it's true, I'm lost without you. It's hard to believe you had to leave.
the songs on here, Peggy, I remember you recorded this as a duet originally, and you have redone the whole song. And I got to tell you, I really love it. It's We Don't Talk Anymore.
Beautiful. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. You know, when I wrote that song, and it was funny. You know, I was talking to Dan, my friend Dan. We were talking about another song, and then I got off the phone and I was making Paul's dinner, and it just came to me. I thought, you know what, Dan's a really good guy, and I'm thinking, gosh, why don't we talk very much, you know? And in my head came, because we don't talk anymore. And I went, oh. So I quickly hit record on my phone, took my husband his spaghetti. I said, what do you think of this? And he said, oh, I like it. And that's where that was born. When I did it, I had asked Warren to do it, and it was great. So and I loved it. But after I did it, it was like, I think I want to do it a little differently because I'd like to make it more up-tempo. And I think I'd like to try it as, you know, by myself and see how it works. So I tried it, did a bunch of different tempos, and I worked with Dan, and we got the tempos going on that. And I thought, yeah, so we recorded it. And I like it too. It's the same, but it's different, and you understand that.
It's not every day when real love comes your way. There was no looking back, we both jumped right in. I've had no regrets, but yet there's a chill in the air. So I'm asking you tonight, do you still care? 'Cause we don't talk anymore, we don't love anymore. Once a love so true becomes, can I get over you? Somehow we lost our way. I hope we're not too late. Are we worth fighting for? 'Cause we don't talk anymore. We've done pretty well, despite all we've been through. But I have to admit, I felt it too. So I'm telling you tonight that I really care. I love you. Where do we go from here? 'Cause we don't talk anymore, we don't love anymore. Once a love so true becomes, can I get over you? Somehow we lost our way. I hope it's not too late. Are we worth fighting for? 'Cause we don't talk anymore. Somehow we lost our way. I hope it's not too late. Are we worth fighting for? 'Cause we don't talk anymore. Love's worth fighting for. 'Cause we don't talk anymore.
There's a song that you had mentioned to me that has not been played by anybody yet, and we're going to play it tonight.
It has not.
And it's called You Don't Love Me. Tell me about this song.
That song I started writing a long, long time ago, and it was kind of, some things just become too painful to do anything else with. So you've got the lines there, you've got a verse there, you've got a few lines, and you leave it alone. And I decided to readdress it when I was writing this album, because it's been many, many years. Maturity steps in, and you look at it through different eyes, and so you go back into it, and you start to readdress the pain in a different way. And so I decided, how many people have been through a relationship where they feel something and the other person doesn't? Many, many people do. You hear it a lot. Women talk more than men do, so Scott, trust me on this. But a lot of women do. They experience this because women love differently than men, you know. And sometimes, you know, saying I love you is not meaning I love you. It's just words. So I decided to take this song and just to write from my heart how I was feeling back then, and that's where it came from.
Well, I'm honored to be able to play it for our listeners tonight. I think that's so wonderful.
Well, I'm so pleased that you get to play it first, my friend.
Well, thank you so much.
I told you that I loved you. Do you think it's fair the way that you treat me? You don't take me anywhere, but then I hear your voice when you call me on the phone. You say that you'll be over soon. Hope that I'm alone, but you don't love me the way that I love you. If you did, you wouldn't make me cry the whole night through. I told you before exactly how I feel. I told you that I loved you and that my love was real. I wish I could tell you to leave me alone, but this house gets lonely living on my own. I hurt so bad inside. If only you could see, you're tearing me apart, and I know you're using me. But you don't love me the way that I love you. If you did, you wouldn't make me cry the whole night through. Told you before exactly how I feel. I told you that I loved you and that my love was real. I told you my love is real.
Peggie, I know that you're getting a whole lot of recognition in the United States for your songs and for your music. You've won some great awards, and you're up for some nomination at the Josie Awards. How is it different being a Canadian artist breaking into the country music market in the United States?
It's not as difficult as it is in Canada. Canada is the hardest to get into because they have chosen to be more, what's the word, country pop, country rock, country rap. They've changed the whole definition. So Canada, if you're not young and you're not, you don't have a label, you don't have a chance. And that's really sad for a lot of my fellow artists that like Sharon Marie White, Dan Washburn. They're all very good friends of mine and Canadian, and the same thing is happening with them. So we go to Europe, we go to the United States, and they welcome us with open arms because people like you appreciate the work that we do and the sacrifices that we make to sing our songs and tell our stories, and then have nobody else want to play them because we don't have a label. So to get in the United States and sing, I'm in quite a few stations in the U.S., it's been not as difficult as I thought it would be, way better than it is in Canada.
I'm really glad that I was turned on to your music and that I can share it with my listeners.
And I'm really glad, too, because you've got a great station. Love it. It's my favorite place to be on a Monday night.
Well, thank you so much. PeggieNora.net is Peggie's website. Peggie, is that the best way that folks can get in touch with you to get your music?
Yes, and I'm on Spotify, YouTube. I've got a couple of music videos on YouTube and also on iTunes.
All right. We'll share all those links on our Facebook page for My Kind of Country, too. And we're going to play some more of Peggie's great music for you right now. Peggie, I can't thank you enough, not only for your friendship and how supportive you've been of My Kind of Country, but I just love your music, and it's an honor to be able to play it on my show. Thank you so much for taking time to be on the show tonight.
Thank you, Scott. I really appreciate your support.
All right, here's some more great music from Peggie Nora as we continue with My Kind of Country.
I know you love me, and I love you too. I have been waiting my whole life for you. It's so hard to believe that you truly want me. So say it softly, 'cause you know what I need. Tell me you love me, tell me you care, tell me you want me to always be here. Don't wait till tomorrow if you want me to stay. Tell me you love me, tell me today. You buy me diamonds and pretty things, and you take me places that I've never been. Your touch says you need me right by your side. Will you promise to stay here with me every night? Tell me you love me, tell me you care, tell me you want me to always be here. Don't wait till tomorrow if you want me to stay. Tell me you love me, tell me today. If you want me to stay, tell me you love me, tell me today. Tell me today. had enough. I'm over you. You tell me that you love me, but I know it isn't true. I've had enough. No more pretend. I'm leaving you, yeah, honey, it's you. Go back to your local bar. They will take you as you are, so you can wipe that fake smile off your face. Just bring a lot of money and you'll find another honey. I'm done and she can't take my place. I've had enough. I'm over you. You tell me that you love me, but I know it isn't true. I've had enough. No more pretend. I'm leaving you, yeah, honey, it's the end. I've had enough. I'm over you. You tell me